problems that are rising. You've walked too far out into the sea, and now you're drowning, kicking and screaming. And now you want it from me. You think it's just that easy for me to throw out your lifeline so you can be free. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this, then you drag me back down in the deep, where you lay your head all alone down here, waiting for someone to save you. You've pushed me too far and now you can't see that I'm drowning, kicking and screaming. And now you want it from me. You think it's just that easy for me to throw out your lifeline so you can be free. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this, then you drag me back down into the place where you came from. No one else to lean on. You can't blame the ones you walk on when they turn their back and they leave you so alone. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this, then you drag me back down in the deep, into the deep.
Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Welcome to Monaco for this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. It's a race that is truly steeped in history, but before the drivers turn their attention to winning, they first need to get through today's tricky practice session. Lopes hairpin is the slowest corner of any track on the Formula One calendar. It's taken at just 48 kilometers an hour, but provides a stunning view on the first lap as the entire grid bunches up and tiptoes through the corner, hoping not to leave any carbon fibre parts behind.
This is such a tight bend that a special steering rack is used just to get around this very corner, as the cars would not normally be able to make the turn. There is the possibility of overtaking through Lopes, but more often than not, you'll end up damaging your car.
Fantastic. Final lap. This is the final lap of the program. Okay, then that's the end of the program and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it. The time last lap was
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Hamilton, Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
That's the fastest. We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit more. Conditions still remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes. Program complete. Good work. Now back to the garage. We'll start going over the data. Pace is good, and tyre wear was okay on the last lap. Right, that's the end of the program. Box this lap so we can analyse the data. Box this lap.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: a McLaren, Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
That's the fastest lap so far. Well done.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are a McLaren, Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Here we are at one of the most difficult circuits on the racing calendar. Welcome to Monaco for today's Formula One qualifying. This is the kind of track that eats rear tyres for breakfast, or so I'm told by more experienced drivers than myself.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are a McLaren, Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Motor racing has come a long way since the first Grand Prix of the early 20th century. We have faster cars, bigger circuits, highly trained drivers who've dedicated their lives to racing. But still, we return here. Still, it remains the most desired victory in Formula One. Still, we race the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. And as the drivers start thinking about getting a good start and how on earth to get through Saint-Devote in one piece, I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, if we might be seeing a safety car or two today.
Well, you wouldn't exactly bet against it, would you? Statistically, it is pretty common, of course. About 80% of all Monaco Grand Prix will have at least one safety car. And that's despite the incredible work of the marshals around here, who you'll often see lifting cars out of the way just under the yellow flag conditions. The teams will always plan for the worst case scenario though, and they'll be making sure various caution periods are built into their strategy models for the race.
Okay, it's a short run to Saint-Devote, and you know what Monaco's like, so try to defend this lead.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. It's McLaren in pole position then, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and Verstappen, Raikkonen, Massa, Bottas, and Sergio Perez, Kvyat, Grosjean, Rio Haryanto, and Wehrlein, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz, and Jolyon Palmer, Nasser and Ericsson, Kevin Magnussen, and Esteban Gutierrez completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Fernando has just pitted. We're expecting light rain in about 10 minutes. The gap to the car behind is 17.8 seconds. So the gap to our teammate is 35.0 seconds. The gap behind us is 18.8 seconds. Release. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled. Okay, we're low on fuel. Try shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel. happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 per lap. Heavy rain to stay on the wheel. Doesn't look like it's moving anytime soon. It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Looks like it's probably about time we change tyres. It's a bit of a crossover period for sure, but the longer we stay out, the worse it's going to get. Cut the lead to go now. Fernando has just pitted. These conditions don't look like they're shifting and predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing. Well done.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Nico Rosberg takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Crofty, but I'd say the one who impressed me the most was Daniel Ricciardo.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Nico Rosberg takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I think I'm going to give it to Daniel Ricciardo. He's come through the field so well today, you know, well deserved.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.